Big news! Finally, after almost 4 years, the 15-month wait-out period has been removed, which means if you're a private homeowner, you no longer need to wait 15 months before buying a resale HDB after selling your private property. Now, I'm sure everyone's first question is, does this mean HDB prices are going to go up again? Before we answer that, I think we first need to understand why this policy was introduced back in 2022. Back then, HDB supply was tight, many BTOs were delayed due to COVID, resale demand was very strong, with a significant portion coming from private homeowners. With generally stronger purchasing power, they added to the competition in the resale market, putting a further upward pressure on HDB prices. That's why the government introduced the 15-month wait-out period. The objective was simple: cool the market down and keep HDB housing affordable. Fast forward to today, the market now is no longer the same as it was back in 2022. The government has increased BTO supplies, more MOP flats are entering the resale market, HDB resale prices has also stabilized. Now that the cooling measure has largely served its purpose, that's why the government is comfortable removing it today. So let's go back to the biggest question. Will HDB prices go up? Personally, at least in the short term, I don't think we will suddenly see HDB prices shoot up. Why? Because today's market is very different from what we saw in 2022. We have a lot more supplies coming from BTO launches and MOP flats entering the resale market. The government is also continuing to increase supply. So I think the biggest impact of this announcement isn't price, it's the movement of the entire property market. For the past many years, many private homeowners delayed their plans because there was simply too much hassle involved. They had to sell, rent a place, move twice, and also wait another 15 months before buying again. Now that friction is gone. The market can finally function more normally again. Private homeowners can right size, HDB owners can upgrade, one transaction creates another. And that's how a healthy property market is supposed to function. To me, that's what this policy is trying to achieve. Bringing back healthy market movement rather than simply pushing prices higher. One more group of people that could benefit from these policy changes are the owners of 5-room flats, EA and EM. Because even before this policy was removed, private homeowners aged 55 and above didn't need to wait 15 months, but they were only allowed to buy 4-room flats and below. Now that restriction is also gone. Many of these buyers are used to staying in bigger homes, so naturally some may start looking at larger HDB like 5-room flats, EA and EM instead. And that could bring more demand into this particular segment of the resale market. In summary, this new policy change is not really about pushing HDB prices higher, it's about allowing the property market to function normally again. Short-term wise, you'll see the transaction volume and demand for bigger houses will increase. Long-term wise, this should allow the property market to function more normally again, with buyers and sellers finding it easier to carry out their housing plan.